Howdy, I hope you had a good day. Silvertrade here again with another video. It looks like the Push Start Arcade is about to be here, NFTs are gone, and we've got some great tin to talk about. But before we get into that, please remember, none of this is financial advice, we are not financial advisors, and this video is made for entertainment purposes only. And I'm going to keep this super quick before we get into the GameStop tin. I know you're mainly here for the GameStop news, but I'm going to continue to show y'all what I think could be some good swing trades. And please let me know down below if you took a position in Open Door Technologies. We called out on Sunday night, and since then it has more than doubled. We talked about how Open Door looked like a great opportunity and momentum play because its stock's value was only at 0.6 of its revenue, compared to others in the sector being closer to 3. We talked about SRPT weeks ago, Serapita Therapeutics, when it was in between $20 and $16. Today in after hours, it ran from $18 per share up to $29 per share, but then started to consolidate at about $25 per share, still up about 35%. And personally, I'm slowly dollar cost averaging into DJT. We talked about this recently. It's at all-time lows in a wedge for years. The company is doing better and better, and they just announced that they're going to be doing a share buyback pretty soon of about 15 to 20% of all of the shares available. The Bollinger Bands haven't been this tight in literal years, and today we saw a nice sign of strength, moving up almost 7% on the day. And you really can't go wrong with a long-term position on SMCI. It looks like SMCI is going to move to the upside tomorrow as well. They got in a lot of trouble back in the day for an accounting error, and they recently just got all that figured out. And AMD, even though it's been ripping lately. Nvidia is worth $4 trillion, while AMD is only worth about $200 billion. So please leave a like and let me know down below if you like these occasional callouts or if I should be a GameStop maxi. And today, GameStop's NFT X account renamed itself to Push Start Arcade and deleted all of its posts. Thank you again to Shaking Pika. And when you adjust the gamma on the Push Start Arcade's X profile, the profile picture shows power to the players. Right there. But when you and I just look at it, it appears black. And so I guess this is why they didn't get rid of the GameStop NFT X account. They were just going to rebrand it to Push Start Arcade, and it's already got 114,000 followers. GameStop's utilization is at 82% right now. And Ryan Cohen did the Larry thing. The Fox interview was so much better than CNBC. Going out of your way to tell the interviewer you really like them is the polite way of saying the other guy he talked to was a joker. Masterclass in handling the relationship with the media. And to add to this, at the end of the CNBC interview, the Joker was like, "Thanks for speaking with me," and Ryan Cohen said, "Yeah, okay."
Charles, I want to say that, I don't do much with the mainstream media, but, I know we've spoken in the past, and I like you. You're a good guy. So we need more people like you in the mainstream media.
Like a GoFundMe page to see if I can maybe crowdsource some money to put together for our trip to McDonald's. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
And after Ryan Cohen's interview with CNBC and the amazing interview on Fox, Jim Cramer said Ryan Cohen fabulously contemptuous. Ryan Cohen like a trip to the dentist for a root canal, so sweet and so gentlemanly. And also, Ryan Cohen refreshingly grumpy, just love it. Ryan Cohen is intentional about everything. He posted this update at 7:17 p.m. He said Bitcoin is at $119,000 per coin at 7:17 p.m. on July 13th. GameStop recently had 1.5 million fails to deliver, and the closing deadline, or T plus 35 days from that, is 7/17. Coincidence?
I think not!
And stick around, we have a lot more to talk about. But really quickly, thank you so much if you've made it this far in the video. Please consider liking and subscribing. It means the absolute world to me whenever I see that y'all are enjoying my videos, and my last video did not do so great. And that is 100% on me, of course, but I'm hoping y'all enjoy this video more. Either way, thank you so much just for being here. And we're still doing the St. Jude challenge. So far we are at $67 raised, and I'm really hoping we can like double, triple, or quadruple that before episode 200. So please consider subscribing. I don't know who this is, but Neil Jacobs posted on X, "Have you seen anyone more enthusiastic about Bitcoin than Ryan Cohen?" Ryan Cohen commented on this saying, "What a loser." Obviously, he's talking about himself, of course, in a degrading and joking way. And then Pulte commented, "Hey, be nice to my friend." Here in just a second, we're going to talk about the Gangnam Style YouTube video. But 2 days ago, the stapler was sold for $250,000, and we have no idea who bought it. Hopefully we find out. And here's some of the biggest takeaways from the Fox interview. As a long-term investor, it's nice to finally hear direct from Ryan Cohen and get a better sense of his vision, especially after the changes over the past year. It helps to hear his thoughts firsthand and reassess my own conviction. For me, the interview only strengthened it. I still want to be invested, and let me tell you why. No dividend payout, and there's a reason. Ryan Cohen explains he didn't want to issue dividends partially because he'd receive a large portion of it himself, like we talked about yesterday. He doesn't take a salary, and paying himself out through dividends could give the wrong impression, like he's doing this for personal gain, which could scare off investors. Also, let's not forget, dividends are taxed. Number 2. Holding cash for the right opportunity. Ryan Cohen wants to hold onto capital until a truly great opportunity arises. He believes that over time, the value of the company will depend more on how the cash is used, not just on the performance of the retail business. And they've already done very well at this. So far, GameStop has made $65 million with their Bitcoin purchase, and in Q1 of 2025, they only profited about $80 million. Number 3, the war chest is partially borrowed and needs discipline. Ryan Cohen emphasizes that some of the company's cash position is leveraged, meaning they've borrowed to build. That's why he's cautious. He doesn't want to lose money or spend it irresponsibly. Every decision needs to be thoughtful and strategic. Number 4, Bitcoin is a hedge, not a bet. He views Bitcoin purely as a hedge against money printing. It's not about hype or fast profits. He only bought at low prices where the risk is minimal. And he clearly states that that's what makes it interesting to him. Number 5, invest for the long term. If you're in GameStop, Ryan Cohen makes it clear this isn't about a quick buck. It's about building something lasting. He's playing the long game. Like he said himself, he's not scared of shorts. Shorts are gonna have to cover. We're always talking about GameShire-Stopaway because me and a lot of other people believe that Ryan Cohen is trying to turn GameStop into his legacy, in a similar way that Warren Buffett did with Berkshire Hathaway. Before Berkshire Hathaway turned into what we know it as today, they were a failed textiles company. Here it is. Berkshire Hathaway originally was a struggling textile manufacturing company founded in the 1800s as two separate textile firms, Berkshire Fine Spinning Associates and Hathaway Manufacturing. They merged in 1955, becoming Berkshire Hathaway. And that didn't really work out in the long term. But then Warren Buffett showed up. Buffett started buying shares in the early 60s, thinking the company was undervalued. Sound familiar? In 1965, he took control of the company. He soon realized the textile business was doomed, but rather than shut it down immediately, he used the company as an investment vehicle. He began reallocating capital from the textile biz into more profitable ventures like insurance, Geico, newspapers, and then later Apple and Coca-Cola. And I believe this is what Ryan Cohen is hoping to do with GameStop long term. And it certainly didn't happen overnight. And here's a picture of a raccoon that cracks me up every time I look at it. And at one point today, for just a few minutes, Reddit went down, and people quickly from the GameStop community went over to the Gangnam Style YouTube video, commenting, "Reddit down? GME? Who's buying Cohen's undies?" And this commenter said, "I only have the YouTube app for when Reddit crashes." Just in case you don't know, whenever Reddit goes down, people from the GameStop community will go over to the official video of Gangnam Style, the one with 2.5 million views posted 12 years ago, and that is where people will talk about GameStop. Here's a comment from today, here's another comment from today, here's another comment from today. Pretty silly, right? Another thing that's pretty silly is Gangnam Style came out almost exactly 13 years ago. It was first released on July 15th of 2012. And this is where the tinfoil really starts to get crinkly. But every day in the Swedish calendar has a name, and July 17th is Bruno. You know, like the Bruno meme where it looks like a gentleman staring at a computer screen that is putting green light onto his face. This guy's name is Bruno. Just like the Swedish calendar on the 17th. of July. And let's not get ahead of ourselves, but that's the exact same date that the T+35 deadline for the 1.5 million fails to deliver comes up as well. And it's really strange how exactly 1 month after this post, the Push Start Arcade, with Something Is Coming on GameStop's website, that's when Ryan Cohen decides to go on 2 interviews. And something that definitely just went right over my head is that it's not just something is coming, it's something new is coming. And look to the stars, a Push Start Arcade launch date, Prognostication. GameStop released the Push Start Arcade video. The first few frames of that video showcase a constellation. To this gentleman, this looks like the constellation Pleiades. The star trails are almost parallel to the horizon, so this means that the video is showing a night sky at the very far north longitude. And since we know that the video is shot at a such extremely northern latitude, we can then attempt to figure out the time of year. We have a rough estimate of the time of year based on the brightness of the sky and the right ascension of the Pleiades constellation. And there is only a short window of time during the year where the constellation Pleiades is that low in the sky while it's dark out, and it follows the angle of the stars in the video. This guy really knows his stuff when it comes to stars, and he believes that this is supposed to be in Anchorage, Alaska. So we're really kind of reaching here, but according to the constellation and the stars in the Push Start Arcade video, that would lead us to believe the launch date of the Push Start Arcade will be October 12th. But since they did the teaser so recently, and now they're changing the X account, and Ryan Cohen's doing all this stuff in the media, I would guess that the launch is more imminent. They bought the Bitcoin right at the start of Q2, so I'm going to guess that they're going to start this at the beginning of Q3 to get a better idea for what a full quarter produces, instead of just like a portion. But we're going to have to see. And here's what that city in Alaska looks like. Man, I really appreciate it if you made it this far in the video. It doesn't matter how many likes you get, it doesn't matter how many subs you get. What really pushes out a YouTube video is if people watch it all the way through. And if that's you and you made it this far, thank you so much. I beyond appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day or a great evening. Either way, thank you and God bless you.